Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'm going to talk about investing your time instead of spending your time. And this comes from Neville Goddard's Power of Awareness. And he's in Awakened Imagination. Chapter 5 is The Coin of Heaven. And Neville quotes William Blake in Marriage of Heaven and Hell. He asks, does a firm persuasion that a thing is so make it so? And the prophet replied, all poets believe that it does. And in Ages of Imagination, this firm persuasion removed mountains, but many are not capable of a firm persuasion of anything. And in Romans 14:5, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Neville Goddard tells us, persuasion is an inner effort of intense attention. To listen attentively as though you heard is to evoke, to activate. By listening, you can hear what you want to hear and persuade those beyond the range of the outer ear. Speak it inwardly in your imagination only. Make your inner conversation match your fulfilled desire. What you desire to hear without, you must hear within. Embrace the without the within and become one who hears only that which implies fulfillment of his desire, and all the external happenings in the world will become a bridge leading to the objective realization of your desire. Your inner speech is perpetually written all around you in happenings. Learn to relate these happenings to your inner speech, and you will become self-taught. By inner speech is meant those mental conversations which you carry on with yourself. They may be inaudible when you awake because of the noise and distractions of the outer world of becoming, but they are quite audible in deep meditation and dream. But whether they be audible or inaudible, you are their author, and you fashion your world in their likeness. Whatever you're saying to yourself, especially on repeat, is what is being programmed into your subconscious mind, and you're always acting from your subconscious. Notice how you tend to do the same things. You tend to behave in a predictable manner. If someone asked what you're like, your loved ones and your neighbors, people who know you or think they know you, could tell the stranger what you're like because they've witnessed you say certain things, you speak in a certain manner, they know the cultural background or the language that you speak, and they see how you behave. They see how you behave under pressure. They see how you behave when you're acting your best. And they think they know you, but they don't know your inner speech. And your inner speech ultimately shows up in your outside results. So many times we audibly or inaudibly, we just have the same thoughts rolling around in our head about what we think we are, whether we're worthy or not, whether we think we're a wonderful co-creator of our life, or we talk about being a victim and blaming. Whatever is the mental chatter that's going on in your head ultimately shows up in the results in your life. In Daniel 2:28, there is a God in heaven, and heaven is within you, that revealeth secrets, and maketh known to King Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. So what you dream about, you bring about. Wouldn't it be really special if your dreams were about how wonderful life is, what you want to create for the world, how you want to live your life, and in thinking it and in spending some quiet time, your creative mind starts to flow ideas. And then you think of all the wonderful things you want to do or have. And as you think those things on repeat, you start to become aware of how to do it. You start to become aware that of opportunities that have always been around you, but you never saw them before when you're talking about how challenging life is. So watch your inner speech. Inner speech from premises of fulfilled desire is the way to create an intelligible world for yourself. Observe your inner speech, for it is the cause of future action. Inner speech reveals the state of consciousness from which you view the world. Make your inner speech match your fulfilled desires, for your inner speech is manifested all around you in happenings. James 3:2-5 says, if any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and also able to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths that they may obey us, and with that tiny little bit in their mouth, we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships on the ocean, which, though they be great and are driven by fierce winds, yet they are turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold how great a matter a little fire kindleth. You know, if you have a tiny little fire and you add fuel to it, it becomes a great burning fire. And if you have a passion within you, a little kindle of a little thought of what you would really love, when you focus on it, it grows. By focusing your attention and quietly thinking of what you would love, and you get excited, you eagerly anticipate what it would be like. You add feeling to that, and it becomes a passion, it becomes a burning desire. And when you have a burning desire for something, you're gonna do whatever it takes, so long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. You're gonna do whatever you have to do to make that a reality. So is there something you're passionate about, a fire that's burning within you? Add fuel to that and see how your life changes. Neville says the whole manifested world goes to show us what use we have made of the word. What use we have made of the word. Inner speech. An uncritical observation of our inner talking will reveal to us the ideas from which we view the world. Inner talking mirrors our imagination, and our imagination mirrors the state with which it is fused. If the state with which we are fused is the cause of the phenomenon of our life, then we are relieved of the burden of wondering what to do, for we have no alternative but to identify ourselves with our aim. And inasmuch as the state with which we are identified mirrors itself in our inner speech, then to change the state with which we are fused, we must first change our inner talking. It is our inner conversations which make tomorrow's facts. Ephesians 4:22-24 says, "Put off the former conversation, the old man which is corrupt, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Put on the new man which is created in righteousness." Our minds, like our stomachs, are whetted by change of food. Stop all of the mechanical inner negative talking and start a new positive constructive inner speech from premises of fulfilled desire. So we're talking inner speech, what you're saying to yourself, what you're practicing in your head and in your heart, not telling the world what you're going to do, but doing what you're thinking about, what you're dreaming about. That takes focused attention. That takes repeating. That takes paying attention to what you're saying to yourself. And is it in alignment with your goal? Is it attached to your dream? Is it bringing you, is what you're saying to yourself helpful, joyful? Are you talking about how wonderful you are and your life is? That's the way to change your outer world, is by changing what you say to yourself. Inner talking is the beginning, the sowing of the seeds of future action. To determine the action, you must consciously initiate and control your inner talking. Construct a sentence which implies the fulfillment of your aim, such as, "I have a large, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit." Or, "I am happily married. I am wanted. I am contributing to the good of the world." Whatever affirmation you want to bring into physical reality, whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is, if it was true, you would be that, and you would be so happy, healthy, wealthy, blessed, abundant in all areas of your life. What would you be saying to yourself? "I'm so happy and grateful. I love my life, and life loves me. I am richly blessed. I am aware of all the blessings I have received in my life, and I bless other people. I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise. I understand the universal laws, and I am becoming more aware." Whatever resonates with you. Neville Goddard says, "Construct a sentence which implies the fulfillment of your aim." Well, that means you have to have a target. What is the destination you're going after? What will you feel like when you arrive at that destination? What is the result you want in your life? Everything we're thinking and doing causes results in our life. So what is it that you would change? What is it that you prefer? Don't focus on what you need to change. Focus on what it is that you truly desire. Because when you start to focus on what you want to change, that can take you into a downward spiral of focusing on what you want to change, what's not working. In order to change what's not working, you have to decide what result you do want. What effects, what environment, what conditions would you like to be living in? Talk to yourself as if you're already there. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. Wow, I love my life. I'm so happy now that I'm contributing so much more to my family. My charitable organization is doing so well because of my generosity. I am at peace. I am content. I love my life and I love helping others. I am contributing to the good of the world. And repeat such a sentence over and over until you are inwardly affected by it. Until you are inwardly affected by it. So many of the things that you've said to yourself are a lie, but you've said it so many times that it's a belief. It's what you've become because you've said it over and over and over. What if you told yourself, I have a large, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. I am contributing to the good of the world. I love life, and life loves me. I see that because I am constantly attracting good. Everything happens for the greater good. I'm so peaceful and loving and joyful. I love my life. Whatever it is, say it over and over and over. Say that to yourself on repeat and see how your life changes. At first, it sounds like it's not true. But how many times have you repeated what you don't want and it became true? It is your life. Try saying a beautiful affirmation over and over and over. Write it down, put it on a sticky note, carry it on a card, write it in your diary or your journal or your gratitude book. Say it over and over and over, and it will become your reality. When you believe it, it takes repetition. It takes conscious attention. It takes putting your awareness on what you're saying and ensuring that it is beautiful and powerful and helpful, that it's kind and gentle and generous, that it's what you want. I'm so happy and grateful now that. That's why when we write out our goal, we write it in the present tense. We use positive language. We write it as if it's a done deal. It's here now. And we attach emotion to it. What are you happy and grateful about? Getting into the spirit of being abundantly wealthy in every area of your life. Your relationships are so rich and enjoyable and respectful and loving. You have wealth in your life. You never have thoughts of poverty You momentarily notice that someone else has less than you, and you help them out without thinking of how they can reward you or help you back or repay you. The generosity of your spirit is shown in how you treat people, how you treat yourself. In the beginning was the Word. That's from John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. Your words are so powerful, and you're always listening. What are you saying to yourself? Write down an affirmation that you want to have be your life, and say it over and over and over. Crowd out the other thoughts that are taking up room in your head. When you say something on repeat, it becomes true. It becomes true because you become more consciously aware of opportunities around you that you can take advantage of. The opportunities were always there. You just couldn't see them because of what you were saying to yourself. That which ye sow, ye reap. If you're planting corn, you're expecting to get corn, not strawberries. If you're planting thoughts of negativity, you can't reap positive results. What you sow, you reap. Plant beautiful thoughts, loving thoughts, generous thoughts, joyful, happy, loving, wealthy thoughts. Ends run true to origins. Man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you, not to go after them or they flee. So when you focus, you have to set aside some quiet time and think about life as you want it to be. What does it feel like to have the wish fulfilled? Neville says, man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you, not to go after them or think they flee away. Now, this has been scientifically proven. It's not magic, although your results are going to seem like magic because it becomes easy. It just becomes. It shows up. What you think about, you bring about. What you talk about is your life. Talk to yourself about that beautiful dream, and it becomes reality. Observe your inner talking and remember your aim, your goal, your target, your result that you want in your life. What effects do you want to create? Not what do I have to get rid of? What effects don't I want? What do you want? Neville says, observe your inner talking and remember your aim. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say out loud if you had already achieved your goal? The individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of his life. Try an experiment. Through uncritical self-observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in your inner world, and where you are in the inner world is where you are, is what you are in the outer world. You put on the new man whenever ideals and inner speech match. In this way alone can the new man be born. We could say person. You put on the new person. Who do you want to become? Whenever your ideals and the way you talk to yourself, your inner speech match, in this way alone can your new person, the person you want to become, be born. The goal that you have, the passion that's burning in your heart, the desire that you want to bring about into physical reality is within your reach, but you have to talk about it as if it's here now. Inner talking matures in the dark. From the dark, it issues into the light. The right speech is the speech that would be yours were you to realize your ideal. In other words, it is the speech of fulfilled desire. I am that. You are what you talk about. You are what you think about. You are the concept that you believe about yourself. Change the concept of yourself, and your whole life changes. There are two gifts which God has bestowed upon man alone and no other mortal creature. These two are mind and speech, and the gift of mind and speech is equivalent to that of immortality. If a person uses these two gifts rightly, he will differ in nothing from the immortals. And when he leaves the body, mind and speech will be his guides, and by them he will be brought into the troop of the gods and the souls that have attained to bliss. That is from Walter Scott's translation, Hermetica. I promise if you take some time to quiet your mind, to still your body, to take a deep breath in, and to say, what do I really, really, really want? How lovely would that be? How wonderful life is. I am so happy and grateful now that. Write an affirmation that would reflect the life that you love. Decide on what you want to go after. Write it down. When you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, but it takes feeling as if you're already there. It takes expecting that it's yours, expecting that it's coming, eagerly anticipating its arrival. And through the law of assumption, it will show up when you stop blocking it with what you think and say and do that is opposite. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.